What's up? My name is Brandin Jay and I'm 21 years old.
What inspires you?
I'm inspired by music, entertainment. I'm inspired by a lot of other playwrights that I see work. I'm like a study of the craft, so I study a lot of people's different works and things like that, and I get inspiration through things that I've seen or in different situations in my life. I've been writing plays for about 8 years. I started at 12 years old. I co-wrote a play with my mom called I Saw It in My Dream, and it actually did about 30 dates of those shows, and it was awesome. Then I got my first taste of performing arts in terms of the writing side and seeing how fun it is and how much I love it.
How old are you?
I'm 21, 20 years old. I'm turning 21 March 12th, and I'm excited about that. I can't wait.
Wow, you'll be legal.
Yes, legal, finally. In the name Jesus.
How do you write such rich stories with a deep background and history, being so young?
I think it really is the power of God, because when I look back on the projects that I've written and I read them, I'm like, where did all of this stuff come from? I draw totally on, inspiration in my life in God. He really gives me the material, and I start to write, and once I'm on a roll, I'm just writing and writing and writing, and I go back and read it, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe all of this stuff came out of me. It's all totally through God, and of course using different situations that I've seen in my life and in my friends' lives and families' lives, and kind of just embellishing on that. So that's how my stories are created.
Suicide, pain from my past, they run my peace of mind.
Christmas in Cambridge was actually spin-off of a show that I did with World Changers called Christmas in the City.
What, Tasha? I'm thinking we can take old songs and flip them and make them new, like an updated version.
Girl, that's too much work for me. I don't be doing all that type of stuff. I chill.
You know what? She is working my nerves.
And they loved it so much that they called me back to write a sequel to the show, and it was awesome. It was such a success. Lives were changed, and it really was a fun adventure. And I was juggling writing that and being in college at the same time in Boston, so it was a heavy undertaking, but the final product was awesome.
Liar. I don't believe you.
Dad, I'm coming.
I'm talking right now.
No, Dad!
Watch your tone with me, young man.
So you write, and I also hear that you direct.
Yes.
Tell me about directing.
I started directing around the age of 15. My mom is a playwright as well, and she directs all of her shows. So I kind of just sat under her wing and watched what she did.
You direct, you write. I also heard you sing. Tell me about that too.
I've been singing since I was, probably out of the womb, screaming / singing. Girl, if I love you so much, I just change key. You know what I mean? I just gained this love for music and for singing, and that came before playwriting. I was a singer first, and with singing and writing songs, it kind of just grew to plays and acting and all of that good stuff. I love the arts.
Would you free me from my Lord, please free them from thee.
Out of singing, acting, directing, playwriting, choreographing, I cannot pick just one that is my favorite. I kind of feel like they all go hand in hand. It's like a working performing arts machine. I come in and I can really do everything. I can write the music for the plays, write the play, be in the play, direct the play, all of that stuff. I can't really just pick one thing. I love it all. It's my passion. And I say that I just go for it all the time. Just go for it.
Mr. Cambridge, I guess Christmas in Cambridge wasn't so bad after all, now was it?
Well, I'm just kind of disappointed you ain't let this chocolate surprise show you a good time, you know what I mean?
Okay, going back to Christmas in Cambridge and the plays you write, tell me, what is your target audience? You seem to write for a mature audience, but is that on purpose?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I try to have characters that range in age in the shows that I write. And I wouldn't say that it's just for mature audiences because I've done a couple of productions where it was just teenagers and just kids, written a couple shows like that. I guess it's just whatever I'm feeling at the time and the inspiration. Or if somebody comes to me and they're like, I want you to write a show for me, and they give me the theme and tell me what it's all about, I kind of go from there. So I'm able to juggle between the mature side and the younger side since I am 20 years old. I still have that kid in me.
And I'm done with you, never to return again. And yes, I do know what you do, and I see how you're moving, tricking all around me. You thought that I was for you, know I had to go over and over and over. Thought that I was weak, but now I'm free. Oh.
What's your message?
The message in the show is about hope, believing, redemption. I'm a strong believer in redemption. If you fall, you always can get back up. Forgiveness. With each show, there's a different moral that comes along with it. Abstinence sometimes, restraining from sex before marriage. Just a lot of things, and having faith. That's a big part of the things that I do is faith, because if you don't have faith, you really don't have anything.
I'm through with the pain and sorrow you caused. I'm free today, I'm free today, I'm free today, I'm free today. Yeah. Baby, move out of my way. Not gonna take the same anymore. I'm through with the pain and sorrow you caused. I'm free today, I'm free today, I'm free today, I'm free today. Baby, move out of my way.
Being transparent is a big deal, because a lot of times in church, we don't necessarily want to talk about certain things. We don't want to talk about certain issues. We want to sweep this under the rug, and we don't want to look at that. We'll just turn the other way. We know so-and-so is doing this, and we know so-and-so is doing that. We're talking about it, but we're not necessarily helping them. So being transparent in the things that I do, I always want to keep that genuine feel in my shows, because what I write is life. The things that I write, people are really going through, and sometimes they don't know necessarily how to get themselves out of the situations that they are going through. So watching the shows and being real and not just being, fake, over the top, dramatic thing. We want to show problem and solution.
I thank you for freeing them from their chains.
I want to be known for changing lives. I want to be known for changing lives through the things that I produce, write, sing, dance, because I feel like this gift that was given to me is not for me. It's for other people.